Hi, Cavaliers fans. My name is Dave Howell. I am the Athletics Communications Director here at Cabrini University. Today, I have the pleasure to talk to one of our former student athletes about a program that she's working with our women's basketball team. As you can see, it is my honor to introduce Amber Keys. Amber Keys is a 2015 grad of Cabrini University. She's a three-time all-conference performer and ranked 6th on the scoring list with over 1,200 points. As a senior, she was Conference Player of the Year. She was an All-American and named to Capital One All-District Academic Team. So Amber, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to talk to you about a program that you have started. It's called Diversify Your Library. Can you give me a little bit more information about this?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the fall of 2018, I started at Westchester University working towards my master's in transformative education and social change. And through that master's program, we had to choose a concern that we find prevalent in education. And then throughout the program, we have to develop a thesis and an action plan on how we would fix it. And throughout the research that I did, and even my own experiences in my classroom, I noticed that there is a lack of African American history in the social studies curriculum, and it's almost not prevalent at all in the elementary schools. So I started studying, the history behind why African American history isn't included in social studies and how a lot of times it can be inaccurate. And then in my own classroom, I really made the effort to talk to my students about race, talk to my students about your atypical, influential African Americans that have been a part of our country and that have contributed to a lot of the successes in our country. So in doing that, I developed a website that has resources for teachers, books, information on why exactly it's important to teach Black history to Black students and to students who are white or other ethnicities. And then with the recent developments in our country, with the reigniting of the Black Lives Matter movement, for me, it was very personal because I'm an African-American woman, and even more so because I'm a teacher and because these are conversations that I have with my students. And it kind of gave me the confidence and even the platform to be heard to release my website, to make it public. I have a professional Instagram account where I share resources and information to fellow teachers and that sort of thing. And then by doing that, Kate Pearson, my former coach and now colleague, because I'm an assistant at the women's team, she stumbled upon it. She felt like it was a really useful tool, being a former teacher herself. And together, it started off with her wanting to donate books to my library. And then from us talking and her talking with some of the other educators at Cabrini, we decided that why not help? There are so many women's basketball alum who are teachers, so why not help them get diverse books into their classrooms as well? Because a lot of times teachers spend their own money on supplies and books and those sorts of things. And we know that it's important for this information to be taught, and we want to make it easier for teachers all over to access this kind of information.
Oh, that's a great program. Like you said, so prevalent right now. It's information that's so needed, probably not just by Caucasian students or Hispanic students, but also even things that our African-American young people need to know as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And so I teach in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and it's predominantly white school district. So there are a select few of Black students that I have in my classroom year to year. And it is just so amazing to hear their responses when you pick up a book and there are characters in the book that look like them. It is so amazing to hear their responses. Even me being an African-American myself, hearing them see the similarities between us, and it just lets you know that representation really does matter, as with teachers, with characters in books, with authors, and that's a part of our goal with doing this program for sure.
Awesome. So where do you sort of want to see this program go, in the next year or the next 5 years, so on and so forth? What are your goals?
So I think we're starting off with helping out alum from the women's basketball team that are teachers, and I would love to start off with that Cabrini network and get diversity books in their classrooms with different authors and characters and stories, really, to help them talk about race and, just like I said, have more diversity in their classrooms. But I think long term, I would love to see this go statewide, maybe even nationwide, as a resource for teachers to access books that have diverse characters. Because I know at my school, I'm at an amazing school and very fortunate where I work, but I know that a lot of teachers don't have the resources that I have. And I think that anytime that you can put a book that has different kinds of characters and that sort of thing in the hands of students and teachers, like you're helping them, and I know that it's beneficial for them for sure. So I would love to see, like I said, I would love to see this grow from, starting with the Cabrini teachers. I would love to bring it into my own school after that, and like I said, going to the state level, and then maybe one day, maybe not 5 years, maybe 10 years from now, to it nationwide. So
okay. So what can we do to help? What are you doing? I mean, I know we're trying to get books to the women's basketball program. What can we do? How can we help you, achieve this goal?
So there are actually a couple of things. Like I said, I have a website that I'm continuing to add resources to and information to, and Kate Pearson has been sharing that out. I have that website in my Instagram for people to visit. So I definitely think that if you can, especially for teachers or people who are just unsure of the purpose for why it's so important to teach Black history, that sort of thing, to go to my website and learn more, get more information, and then share it if you have friends who are teachers, family members, or if you just want to inform people, maybe they're not in the education field, share that website with people. I also have a teacher Instagram where I share, like I said, similar resources and information as a Black teacher myself. So feel free to check that out. And then with Kate Pearson, we and some of the education staff at Cabrini, we're putting together a list of diverse books with Black characters, diverse characters in general, Black authors. And we would love to see, it'll be a wish list, and we would love to see people go on there and purchase books that we would, like I said, start off by distributing to Cabrini alum who are teachers, and then in the future we would love to broaden that and expand it to more teachers for sure.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. So Cabrini fans, we will have that website. We'll have Amber's website. We will make sure that you can get the link to her Instagram page. Make sure you follow it. Make sure you share it. And let's get some more books, more diverse books into our teachers' hands so they can teach more African-American history. Amber, thank you so much for joining us today. Congratulations on all your success, and we certainly wish you the best in this program going forward.
Thank you, Dave. I appreciate all your help.